Welcome to Tales for the Night. I'm your host, Spectre. Tonight, we explore the fine line between curiosity and obsession, between knowledge and madness. The mysterious death of Lucas Waite reminds us that some secrets are buried for a reason, hidden in shadows for our own protection. But when we push too far, drawn by the thrill of discovery, we may find ourselves facing more than we bargained for. It's easy to dismiss stories of warnings and curses until they become part of our own reality. Prepare yourself for the mysterious death of Lucas Waite. Lucas Waite approached life with unyielding optimism. As a respected archaeologist, he saw the world as a puzzle, brimming with mysteries waiting to be solved. When he arrived in the quiet town of Oaks, his eyes gleamed with excitement. The town's ancient catacombs, sprawling beneath its cobbled streets, had never been fully explored, and to Lucas, they were an irresistible invitation. So, these tunnels have been here for centuries? He asked, turning to the local historian, Mr. Griffin, as they walked through the dimly lit streets. Griffin nodded, his face grim. Centuries. Yes. But those tunnels are no place for wandering, Lucas. Most of us prefer to leave them alone. Lucas chuckled, brushing off the warning. I've seen tombs collapse, faced mummies with curses. What's the worst that could happen? Griffin's expression darkened. People say that whatever lies deep within those catacombs changes you. It's not something I'd laugh about. But Lucas only smiled. Nothing could dampen his spirit of discovery. For him, the catacombs were simply another adventure. A week into his exploration, Lucas stumbled upon something extraordinary. Tucked away in a hidden alcove, he found pages of parchment, their surfaces covered in cryptic symbols he couldn't decipher. His heart raced as he brushed off the dust, holding the fragile pages like sacred relics. These could be centuries old, he whispered to himself, his fingers trembling. The ancient symbols seemed to pulse, as though alive, and he felt an inexplicable pull, a magnetic attraction he couldn't ignore. The pages weren't just a discovery. They felt like a doorway into something larger, something profound. That night, as he lay in bed, the whispers began. At first, they were faint, a gentle murmur like the wind outside. He dismissed them, convinced it was his imagination fueled by excitement. But over the next few nights, the whispers grew louder, more insistent, yet impossible to understand. Who's there? He murmured, staring at the dark corners of his room. No one answered, but the whispers persisted, slipping through the silence like voices from another world. Soon, the town began to notice changes in him. The once cheerful man now roamed the streets with a haunted look, eyes sunken and face pale. His colleagues grew concerned when he stopped replying to messages, isolating himself in his rented home. One afternoon, Dr. Riley, a close friend and fellow archaeologist, paid him a visit. Lucas, you look terrible, Riley remarked, eyeing the cluttered state of his house. When's the last time you slept? Lucas gave a half-hearted laugh. Sleep, who needs it? I'm onto something, Riley. Those pages. They're not just relics, they're a key. I just need to figure out what they're saying. Riley frowned, glancing at the strange symbols Lucas had scribbled on the walls. Lucas, this isn't healthy. Maybe you should take a break, step outside. No. Lucas snapped, his eyes wide and wild. I'm close. I can hear them, Riley. They're speaking to me, guiding me. Riley took a step back, worry etched on his face. Lucas, you're scaring me. This isn't you. But Lucas only turned away, his mind lost in the whispers that filled the room. Days turned into nights as Lucas locked himself away, his obsession consuming him. He stopped leaving his house entirely, spending hours deciphering the symbols and venturing deeper into the catacombs, the darkness comforting him. Alone in the twisting tunnels, the whispers became clearer, sharper, like voices from a place beyond the veil of reality. One evening, he stumbled upon Griffin, who eyed him with caution. "Back in the tunnels again, I see," Griffin said, a hint of fear in his voice. "They're speaking to me, Griffin," Lucas replied, his voice a feverish whisper. "The pages. They're more than words. They're alive. They're leading me somewhere." Griffin paled, taking a step back. "Lucas, listen to yourself. This isn't right. You should leave those pages alone. Come back to the surface, to reality." But Lucas only shook his head, his gaze distant. "Reality? You don't understand, Griffin. I found something. Beyond." With that, he disappeared into the shadows, leaving Griffin standing alone, shivering as the whispers echoed through the tunnels. As the weeks passed, strange lights flickered from Lucas's windows late at night. Neighbors whispered about the strange voices that seemed to echo from inside his home, even when he was silent. But no one dared to approach him. One stormy night, Riley returned, pounding on Lucas's door. "Lucas, open up. It's me, Riley." No answer came. Desperation flared in Riley's eyes as he forced the door open, stepping into the dark, silent house. The air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by a faint murmuring that seemed to come from all directions. Riley shivered, calling out Lucas. He found him in the bedroom, kneeling beside his bed, his body frozen, his face contorted in terror. Lucas's eyes stared wide open, locked on the wall, as if seeing something invisible and terrifying. "Lucas, what happened?" Riley whispered, voice trembling as he knelt beside his friend. But Lucas was gone, his mind lost to whatever horror had taken him. All around him, the walls were covered in symbols, scrawled in a desperate frenzy. The police arrived soon after, ruling it as a heart attack brought on by stress. But Riley couldn't shake the memory of Lucas's expression. The sheer terror frozen on his face, the haunting symbols that lined the room, and the whispers that seemed to linger even after Lucas was gone. In the weeks that followed, the townspeople avoided the house, swearing they could still hear the faint murmur of voices if they stood too close. The strange pages Lucas had discovered were never found, vanishing into the darkness that had claimed him. And though Riley left Oaks, he never forgot the whispers that haunted his friend's final days, nor the way Lucas had stared into the void, a man who had discovered too much and paid the ultimate price. As we leave the tragic tale of Lucas Waite behind, let us remember that not every mystery needs solving, and not every answer is worth the price. Lucas's fate is a chilling reminder that some doors are best left closed, some pages left unread. We often pursue knowledge as if it's a right, but perhaps true wisdom lies in knowing when to stop searching. Until next time, be cautious of what you seek, for some truths, once known, can never be unlearned.